Hello, friends, and welcome back to the channel. Gunko Guns here, still rocking the mustache and probably a few bad decisions. Today in Palworld, we're showcasing a fully powered up Splatterina, a true sword swinging, world ending dance fighting menace. I like to call mine Blade Runner personally, or Dark Sister if you're feeling a little medieval. Yes, that's right, that legendary sword from Game of Thrones, because in fact, yes, I am a massive nerd. Now, are you ready? Ready to witness this dark diva strut on the battlefield, cut through her enemies, and cha-cha-cha real smooth straight to victory? Let's find out just how good she really is. Sit back, Space Cowboys, grab a drink, and let's do this. If you are looking for people to play Palworld with, why not join the Mando community? We got our own server where you can team up, trade, and conquer together. Plus, after the new year, we're kicking off an epic Nuzlocke challenge. And guess what? You're all invited. All the details you need will be in the description of this video. All right, folks, thank you again for being here. I genuinely appreciate each and every one of you. And before we dive in, a quick reminder, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. It really, really helps the channel out. Plus, it keeps me fueled with coffee and questionable life choices, right? Anyway, let's talk about Blade Runner, aka Splatterina, aka Dark Sister. The sword swinging, spin kicking, chaos incarnate pal that is just fantastic. It looks amazing. It does a lot of really good stuff, and it's really easy to get. So before we jump into any of the other stuff, let's quickly take a look at the map. You can pretty much get this pal at any time during night on the Faybreak Island. What's also really cool is if we actually quickly look at the pal itself. This pal can learn naturally Dark Wisp. Now, if you don't know what Dark Wisp is, it is, in my opinion, still the most powerful dark attack in the entire game. And this pal can learn it naturally. This is how I actually make all my dark pals, because I pass the Dark Wisp to everybody. And it really, really is that strong. Now, when it comes to breeding the Blade Runner, aka Splatterina, with the perfect passives and all that good stuff, making it super easy, I would definitely recommend you guys check out palworld.gg. There's a really cool combination calculator. You can see all of them. And there's so many different options. But for me, I kept it really simple. I bred a Rebunny and my Ozark. Because I have a ton of Ozarks that have different passives, and they're all the ones that I wanted, and I had the perfect one, so it just made things a lot easier for me to do that. And if we quickly look over here, as you see, I do have the perfect IVs on it as well, and I have a video on my channel on how to breed perfectly, with IVs and all that good stuff. Check it out if you need help. The other thing is, I did, as you see right here, I did feed it all of the other to get to level 5, so all of the other versions of it. I honestly just came at night over to Faybreak, and I just caught like 200 of them. Really easy. It was super easy to do. I would definitely not recommend breeding these guys if you have like 30 minutes. Just go stick to night, go to the Faybreak. You can capture these pretty easily. The other thing that I did over here is, you see, I fed 60 souls, or 60 of those plus 60 souls into it. I max powered its HP, defense, and attack. So, with all that said, this is the perfect version of the Raid Splatterina, aka Blade Runner. Going over the passives, and I really want to go over this for you guys. I went Musclehead for the 30 attack, 30%. I went Demon God for the 30% as well. And I went Legend for 20 and 20 on both. Now, I also have defense right here for Diamond Body. Now, I actually had another one with the Vampiric, so it can heal itself, and that one is better in tower bosses. However, it's not better for the raids, which is why, what I'm going to use this for. Now, I know a lot of people in the comments are going to say, oh, you should get Invader, you should definitely get Invader. You are right. It increases dark attacks by 30% and dragon attacks by 30%. You are absolutely right? However, if we go back to Musclehead, I get attack plus 30% anyway. And if you really do the math, there's really no difference between attack and the attack on dark attacks. It's the same thing. Just that this one, I can not only use dark attacks, but I can use Holy Burst, which is a neutral attack, and it will still do a massive amount of damage because of that. This is why I prefer Musclehead over Invader and any of the other one that just powers up the specific dark attack myself, at least on this spell. Like, for example, if you are running a different spell that itself powers up dark attacks, that's a whole different conversation. This is just normal regular pals. Anyway, Musclehead, Demon God Legend, and then Diamond Body, obviously for the defense when we are doing raids, which is what I'm going to be breeding these for. I'm going over the active skills. In my opinion, these are the best ones. Dark Wisp and Holy Burst, and I'm actually trying out Grudge Barrage. It seems to be super powerful at the moment. Now, let's go over again really quick the Blade Runner Splatterina. As you see, when it's fully powered up without any other help, it is at 2665 attack power, 1973 defense. Now, obviously, we can power that up and make it even better. Now, again, this is if you want to make this pal kind of like a centerfold and see what we really can do. So, if we go and get our Houdinis, as you see, we got the Hoochie Mama, Houdini, Huntadic, and Julio. We're going to get all 4 of them in there. Because as you guys know, if you have these, especially if you get into level 5, when they are in your team, they increase the power of dark pals. Splatterina being a dark pal, as you see the attack power go up by quite a substantial amount. But we're not done yet. The very easy to make, as you see, we're going to go over to our little thingamajig here. We are going to grab a McCurry, Memorous McCurry. Oh, did I not get it? I don't think I got it. We're just going to grab one. There's other ones, but this is the best one that I found by far. So what we're going to do is you are just going to go ahead and feed it to your Splatterina. And now, if we look at it, it is almost at 5,000 attack, and it is about 1973 defense. Not terrible, in my opinion, at all. Now, I did go and, again, I went with Diamond Defense right over here, as you see, Diamond Body, I should say. I did go and fight one of the newer tower bosses just to kind of test out its power. I'm going to play that video for you guys here in a second. In my opinion, if you just want to use Splatterina for tower bosses, definitely replace Diamond Body with the Vampiric, and it'll be an easy game. However, it was able to beat the new tower boss by itself. I'll show that off that video, and then we'll do a conclusion after that. Let's check it out.
All I ever wanted was you, but you left me alone inside these empty, broken walls. And I can't see it clearly, but it's obvious. I know that you left me alone inside this empty, broken hall. And now you'll be the reason why my soul is tainted.
All right, conclusion time. The official grades for Blade Runner, and again, in my opinion, aka the Dark Sister, aka the deadliest ballroom dancer in Palworld, Splatterina. Its attack is definitely A grade. I think this thing shreds, and especially having Dark Wisp in its moveset makes Splatterina one of the strongest dark type damage dealers. Again, not the best, but one of the best damage dealers. It's not a legendary pal either, but don't let that fool you. It really hits like one. Defense is really where it struggles just a little bit. I would say it's C, maybe even B minus if you squint. Again, honestly, the pal goes down faster, than Discount Glider, if you know what I mean, especially in raids. If I had one without Diamond Body and I put it in there, and man, it got like one-shotted in one of the harder raids. So I think defensively is really where it struggles a little bit. But I think it makes up for it in its absurd amount of damage from Dark Wisp and some of the other attacks that it can do. So that's, again, where the struggle is when it comes to raids. I would give this a 4 out of 5 for a pal overall. Not the greatest pal, but if you're going to use it as part of a group, especially for raids, I think for the dark attacks, it is definitely a possibility for you to use. I wouldn't use it as like a centerfold of your team. There are better options out there. But again, if you really enjoy the PAL, this is how you can break it and actually have it do whatever you like it to do. The other thing that's really cool about this PAL, what a lot of people are using it for, the handiwork is equivalent to that of Anubis. And I believe the transporting is as well. So it gets handiwork transporting the same as Anubis. It doesn't get mining, but it gets lumbering and then medicine production. So again, you can use this PAL as well in your base. And what's really cool about it is it has a smaller body and it is a flyer, so it is not going to get stuck and it'll make things a lot easier. That wraps it up, folks. Thanks again for watching. Let me know in the comments which PAL you guys want to see fully powered up and tested next time. Until then, stay dangerous, Space Cowboys. Take care.